Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about assembling. So this is going to be the third part where I'll be assembling the computer, a gaming rig. So basically what I'm going to do is before this is the case I'll be using for the gaming PC, and right now what I'm going to do is before we assemble everything inside this case, first we'll make sure that things works appropriately, and then we go for the assembling part. So before we go ahead, so I have a RAM over here, two 4GB RAM, my graphic card, and the motherboard is down right here. Okay, so normally I'm going to place my motherboard over this box. So I'm going to keep this box here, and I'm going to place my motherboard over that. And for any electronic item we need a power supply. So I have a generous amount of power supply here. Now what I'm using is Zebronics 800 watts power supply. I hope you can see it. Yeah, right there. It's a 800 watts power supply from Zebronics. So it's one of the famous company here. I got this for about 6 years warranty, and I got it 2012, and it comes with this kind of a wire which won't be exposed. So I'm going to keep that here on the side. The first thing I'm going to connect to my motherboard is see in the whole SMPS, there is one big wire, right? So this wire is going to go directly to motherboard, because motherboard is going to power up a lot of components. So that's why we have this big wire. So I'm going to keep this SMPS right there, and I'm going to keep it over here. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to power up my motherboard with this wire. So make sure that you don't switch it on until you are completely fine with all the components, whether they have been assigned to the applications appropriately. Once you have assigned each of the components to that application, then you can go ahead and power it on. So until then, just keep your SMPS away from you, and take the big wire, just power it up. So it has to come like this. So you can understand that in the wire, if you can see, the wire is given in such a way that you can fit it in only one way. So this bottom is curved, right? So curve will only fit in the curved place, and box will fit in the box place. So you can see that this is box and this is a curve. So I'm going to put it this way, so you can see that it perfectly goes inside. Don't push it in, because when you keep it over that, you can understand that either it's fitting or not. So it has fitted properly. So just acknowledge that there should be a sound. Yeah, so once you get that, you can nicely see that it's fitting inside appropriately. Next thing is that it's an ATX motherboard, so we need to give it extra power supply. So I have that wire over here. Yeah, so I got it. So this is ATX, so we need to give this. So again, there is a curve and there is this box, so make sure the curve fits the box. So you can see that it has actually it has 8 pins. So I'm going to use the first 4. I'm not going to use this, so you can separate it. Normally it will be separated, only you will have a bigger gap over here. So you just put it across in this way and fit it appropriately, so you can see that it's fitted. The next thing I want to do is the processor in place, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to move my camera a little bit more closer. Yeah, so there you go. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to power up. I've completed the power up setup, so my motherboard will be powered up once I connect this SMPS to a power source. Now after this, I'm going to insert my RAM. Where's my RAM? Yeah. Okay, so I have two 4GB RAM. So I'm going to first split this one. I'm going to put it next to next. So I'm going to split it, and then you have to keep it appropriately. So just take your time. You can see that now this is the curve and the curve here is there. So just turn it up, flip it over, pull it across. There should be a sound again. The splitting of this plastic should be combined once you put it inside. I can see that it's holding it. So this is an acknowledgement that your RAM has been placed appropriately. So if there is a difference in this one and this one, then it means that your RAM is not fitted properly. So make sure that it is tightly fitted. Then do it for the second one as well. So you can see that it's right over here, and then after it gets fixed, it will become like this. So put it inside. Take your time, no urgency. So first push it on the right edge, and then push it on the left edge. So you should get an acknowledgement there. So once RAM slot is fixed, so you're done mostly. The next thing is like I want you to test the graphic card as well. So if it's possible, just fit it over here. Okay, you're gonna have a hard time fixing it. Okay, I have to put it this way. I'm so sorry. So here, graphic card, people just try to remove the graphic card from PCI Express slot. So there is a lever here which locks, unlocks, locks, unlock. So you have to keep it flat. The lever has to be flat, and then you have to put the graphic card, and then gentle press would lock it. So you can see that it's kind of, it's not flat, right? So you can see that it has lifted. So when you want to remove your graphic card, first push it down and then take it outside. I've seen people removing it just by trying to push it out, but it breaks the lock. This is the lock holder. Can you see it right now here? So this is the lock holder which is actually holding the lock. So don't damage it. So level this plastic one and push it inside, and you can see that it's locking perfectly. So graphic card requires more amount of power. It doesn't go 100% or take 100% from your motherboard. So you can see that once I switch on my power supply and I give power to my motherboard, you can see that the graphic card is glowing in red, which means like it was not powered. So you have this light over here, so it will tell it requires two extra separate power supply it requires. If it didn't get it, nothing will happen, no damage will be done, but there will be a red light saying that your graphic card won't work at the maximum power because you haven't got the actual power which your graphic card might need. So now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to start. I'm going to give power to my power supply first of all. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to put the power cable inside, and I'm going to turn it on. You can see that there is this two light which says red, which means like your power is not completely full. That's not a problem, that's not a disaster. Now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to start my computer. You're going to see things running. I don't have my fan because I have a separate cooling system, so that's why I removed my default fan, but you can see that it's getting started. So how I'm getting to know it started is because the actual fan is running right the other side. So that's how I got to know that the computer has started. And is there any other acknowledgement? I don't think there is any other acknowledgement except that you put your hands inside and then get screwed up by a shock. You cannot turn it off, so you have to power it off over here. And what I can do is like I can turn you the system and I can show you that. Yeah, so this way you can get to know your PC performance. So that's the indication that your motherboard is supplied with power. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that the graphic card started to run, which means like you are getting power to the computer. So that's how you have to test all your components. If there is any failure in any of these components, there will be a beep. If there is two beeps continuously, then your RAM is a problem. I don't know that. You can go check it on internet. Don't trust me on that because it's been a long time since I did my hardware course. So that's about it. That's about, checking out whether your computer is ready, and that makes sure that your graphic card, your RAM, your processor, and your power supply system works perfectly fine. So that's how you have to check it. So thanks for watching this video. I will make the next video out here, and that video is all going to be about putting things into its place, and I'll tell you like what kind of an hierarchy you have to follow before you start assembling things. So thanks for watching as usual. Take care. Bye bye.